But for the most part, does your behavior match your goals? Everybody says they want a certain thing, but they don't really do it. How many of you guys work in the jobs? People say, oh, you know what? I want a raise. I want to make more money. I want to get this. I want to get that. They don't fucking do shit. They stay on their ass. They come to work and they're like, oh my God, I can't wait for this day to be over. And they just got there. Their behavior does not match their goals. Does your behavior match your goals? Do you eat the way you're supposed to eat? Do you work out consistently? Do you follow up with each other? Because a lot of you guys came in with groups, like sisters and friends and whatnot. Do you guys hold each other accountable? You got here. Do you eat poorly most of the time? Yeah? A lot of people are afraid to admit that. You know what I mean? It's the truth. We eat a lot worse than we think we do. And I always use this analogy or this topic, but especially when people have kids. You have young kids, and any of you guys have kids? No? No? All right, you have kids. Perfect. Well, you guys will get this even if you don't have kids. You make your kids the most delicious things ever. They eat everything that comes in a pastel box and has cartoons on it, and it just tastes good. And you make them all this shit, and they take 2 bites, and it stays right there on the plate. And you being the parent is like, I paid for this shit. I don't want to throw it out. So you go to take it to the garbage after you complain about not wanting to throw out, and you eat it right above the garbage can. You don't bother throwing it away, you just eat it. And that happens a lot of times. If you guys work in an office where there's a candy bowl, and you go by, oh, I can't believe they have these M&Ms here. I'm trying to watch my diet. Shit is crazy, man. Every single time I try to do something good, and then you snack on it all day. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and those calories add up. And sometimes you don't factor them in because it's so minute. It's such a fraction of your time that you just forget about it. And all you remember is the big meals, the good meal that you have. You don't remember those little things. Now, on this journey to actually changing the way you eat, because nobody, at the end of the day, like life is fun. Life is full of fun things. You want to go out, hang out with your friends, you want to go different places. Food tastes delicious. And that's one of the most important things in my life. I like to eat. I like to taste new things. I like to go to different restaurants. But the thing is, you have to understand, like, I don't like to work either. But I got to go to work because I got to pay the rent. So, you understand where I'm going with this? You have to eat good in order for you to play in the end. And not just aesthetically, because that's a byproduct of healthy eating. It's all about like enjoying your life and like enjoying those little things. Like you wake up in the morning and when you're eating well, when you're taking care of yourself, like a lot of you guys may have noticed after you stop. When you first start working out, you don't realize how bad a shape you're in until you first walk the door. You walk the door, you're like, yeah, I work out, I do this, do that. And then Miguel puts you through 5 lunges and 10 hand walks and a couple of ball slams. You're like, holy shit, I'm out of shape. And then you train. And then after a while, you're like, man, this is easy. And you guys start stacking up the weights. But what happens afterwards is that when you stop working out, then you realize how good feels. And you never really know how good feels until you lose it. You know how I say you never know what you had till it's gone? It's the same exact thing. You work so hard to get it, and then when you got it, it's like, this shit, I got this. And then you take some time off, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I want to feel good again. Some people are scared to come back to work out. Some people are like, oh my God, it's too difficult because they let it go by. So what I want you to understand is that you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna screw up. All the time. Every single time, and anything you try to do, you're going to mess up. And that's just the way, and I don't want to sound like philosophical, but that's just the way life is. That's the fun part. Trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And then, you know, we have basic templates, we have guidelines, and those guidelines and templates are based on what worked for the majority of people. But at the end of the day, you're not like everybody else. You're different. Your physiology is 100% different. And you can take bits and pieces of something that may work, but all I know, you're your own laboratory, and you gotta, what's up, G? You gotta try things out for yourself and figure out what works. And we're here to guide you. That's all coaching is, and that's all personal trainer. Let me not say personal trainer, because have any of you guys ever been to a personal trainer? So you guys are not here?
Yeah.
All right. For the most part, they're like this. Yeah, let me get 15 of those. Oh shit, you finished? All right, yeah. Like that's what a personal trainer does. It's a lot. A coach is supposed to guide you. And at the end of the day, like I said, everything is basic templates, and a coach is supposed to figure out what works for you and then help you through that process. All right, so understand everything is trial and error. What do we got now? All right. All right. Take it slow and measure your progress. Understand how well do you eat now. So measure your progress, just write everything down. Again, like we said before, you probably won't even realize what it is you're putting in your mouth. Before I go on, does anybody have any questions about anything I said? Well, I'm good. Good. All right. So, measure your progress now. Understand how well you eat now, how you feel right now. So, write it down. I don't like calories. I don't like scales because they just take everything and just make it all into this little compact box, and then you gotta measure and weigh everything. You know what's funny? The calorie came out, and I'm gonna go off on a tangent. People started talking about calories in the 1960s. That's when people started talking about calories, when the obesity epidemic happened. Before that, nobody knew what a fucking calorie was. That's crazy, but now we're fatter than we've ever been. And everybody's counting calories. 100 calorie this, 100 calorie that. You gotta pay $4 more for something that has 500 calories less. It doesn't even fill you up. That's crazy to me. I don't like counting calories, but what you should count and what you should write down is what it is you eat. Because everybody knows what's fucked up. Everybody knows what's bad. When you go into Starbucks or wherever the hell you go and you walk in there and you're like, damn, that shit smells good. And you eat it and you don't care, you forget about it and you think you're eating good. So write down every single thing you eat and write down how you feel, especially in the morning. If you don't wake up pumped up to like really wreck the day, like you're doing yourself an injustice. Like ask my 5:30 a.m. crew. I'm in here, I fucking cartwheel through the room and I'm ready to rock all the time. I may not be ripped. I'm not ripped as I was, but I'm getting there. Gonna get fucking ripped, that's my goal. Just for me, not for you, just for me. But if you don't wake up in the morning and ready to really take on your day, then you're doing yourself an injustice. For like the aesthetic goals are awesome, but like when you feel good, everything works out. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. Everybody has that person at their job. And I'm always gonna go back to the job analogy. That comes in, they're like, hi. They're like, hey, how you doing? That's all right. Better. And it's like you just want to get away from that person, like they have a disease. Don't be that guy, all right? Don't be that person. So understand that you're gonna mess up, measure, and most importantly, set deadlines. Deadlines are important because they just are. How many of you guys been in college and you had a term paper or something due, and you only did it the night before? Like everybody did that shit the night before. You had 8 months to do it, but you did it the night before. That's crazy. And people operate that way. They'll use as much time given to perform a task as they allow. So if I give you 8 months to do something, you're gonna take 7 months and 29 days to do it. All right, so set little deadlines for yourself, little goals. They don't have to be big. They can be little things. They don't have to be aesthetics. It doesn't have to be 5 pounds, 10 pounds. You know what? I'm going to drink a gallon of water every single day for this amount of time. You'd be surprised what fucking water does. You'd be surprised. Some of you guys that just asked you to drink water and you dropped about 5, 10 pounds just off of water. And that goes to show you how inflamed we are, how many toxins we have in our body. And we'll talk about that a little bit later if you guys want to. But you know, little things, little goals, little deadlines. All right. So, nutrition plans. What should they accomplish? Talked about that earlier. Improve health, improve performance, improve body composition. They generally work hand in hand. Once your health starts excelling, then your performance excels. And then after that, body composition just comes. And it literally happens in that order, which is crazy. Like a lot of you guys have been training for a few years now, and I've seen you change. You came in like the sad person. like not as much energy, and all of a sudden, like you're in here, you're ready to rock. And then after that, all of a sudden your performance goes up. Picking up weights that you never thought you would pick up. You come in here, you're like, oh, let me get the 10, and now you're reaching for the 30. That's awesome. That's awesome. So performance is going up. Once your performance goes up, once that goes up, you're able to use more muscle, you're able to be more dynamic, you're able to burn more calories, and that's when body composition comes. And that's when the change happens. I'm quite sure a lot of you guys came in off of friends that you've seen. What's up, Sonia? You've seen obsessively like, oh man, I haven't seen you so long, you just changed all of a sudden. Nah, nigga, I put in 2 years of work, mad hard, but all of a sudden what happened was you just woke up one day and looked in the mirror and you looked completely different. And it literally just happens that fast. But the thing is that you gotta keep track of a lot of things that are going on. You can't cheat here and there, and you really, really gotta spin that wheel as hard as you can to gain that momentum to get it to go. Because once you slow it down, it gets a little bit more difficult. Not impossible, but a little bit more difficult once you stop. What do we got now? All right. So this is exactly how you guys are going to mess this whole thing up. I'm gonna tell you how you're gonna screw it up right now. You're gonna go too low calorie. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm not eating nothing. I'm gonna have 1 spinach leaf and a pea, and drink a gallon of water, and I'm gonna be ripped, son. Nah, you're gonna mess that up. You're gonna mess that up. You're gonna screw up your entire metabolism. You're gonna come in sluggish. You're not gonna be able to do a half a push-up, and you're gonna go home sad. And then in a week, when you look in the mirror, and I'm only saying it like this because I've done it. I've done it. I've taken every fat loss drug, done every stupid diet imaginable, and it sucks to fail a lot, and I failed a lot, but not eating is one of the ones that will really wreck you. Especially, like, it just tears up your hormones for women, it screws up your thyroid, it's just all jacked up. You're gonna low carb too much. You're gonna low carb too much. Remember when we went low carb too? Oh my God, we went low carb during the warm up, people just died. You need the energy. More so for women than men, and it's hard. Like women, you guys got a lot of shit going on inside. Like there's a lot of tubes and crazy things that happen. What's up, Serena? It's hard to be a girl. I commend my wife for having to deal with the shit that she has to deal with. So, but going to low carb is not the way, especially for women. For guys, guys don't have to go. Guys don't need carbs. Honestly, I don't care what you guys say. Guys don't need carbs. We're built a certain type of way in order to turn fat into ATP, which is a beautiful form of energy. Go out and fuck shit up. That's what our prehistoric ancestors did. Women are meant to stay home and no. They are meant to have babies. And I don't want to go there because there's a lot more guys. There's a lot more girls than guys. But the thing is, and I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. Women are meant to handle a different type of stress than guys. And perfect example, all you guys in relationships, right? For the most part. If a guy gets into an argument with a girl, there's no way you can win. You cannot win. Not because you're not as smart, it's because physiologically you're not capable of handling that type of stress. Alright? So this is the, yo, that shit is crazy. It's like somebody got an Uzi and is ready to tell you, it's scary. It's scary to be a guy arguing with a girl. But so, for the most part, guys are meant to go out and hunt. We see a lion or an elephant or something coming after us, we're like, oh shit, we get all amped up and we start doing something. In this day and age, the way guys get amped up is we go out, we see a deal or get a commission off a sale or something like that. That's how we get amped up. That's our lion. For a woman, women are meant to handle stress because they have to take care of babies. So, and I'm going to go off on another tangent. Willpower is governed by glucose in the brain, by sugar in the brain. Guys don't have that much sugar in the brain. It goes straight to our muscles. Girls have a lot of sugar in the brain. That's why they're able to handle stress. That's why they're able to handle children, or not telling their boss to go fuck themselves in their job, or not stabbing their husband. That's why women are able to handle that type of stress. Guys are just like, boom, kick the door, you crack a little bit, and then I grab my rollerblades and I'm outside. I'm going to do something else. So that's why things are a little difficult. And willpower. Willpower, and I'm going to get back to this, but willpower is a big one. Everybody, how can I get more willpower? It's very, very difficult. Stress, managing stress is the biggest thing. Because again, if you waste all your willpower, and I forgot what study it is, they gave these guys this test, right? They put a bunch of cookies on a table. 30 people came through, right? Half took the cookies, half didn't take the cookies. I don't know why, but this is what happened afterwards. After the half took the cookies and the half didn't take the cookies, they gave them an exam. And the ones who just took the cookies right away, ate them, did better on the exam than the ones who didn't. And the reason is that they wasted all of their willpower on one thing and didn't have enough brain or mental energy to complete the other thing. So how do you apply that to what it is you do? Maybe tell your boss to go fuck himself and waste your willpower. I don't know. But you have to handle, I don't know. You have to figure out how to handle stress. And stress is a big deal. And sometimes people take things a little bit more personal than they should. Again, I'm not a life coach. I would love to learn how to do it. But I think it's all about just like letting things go. And when you just let things go and go with the flow and not really try to control your diet, control everything that happens, because you just can't. You just can't control everything. Once you just let go and just go with the flow and then do what it is you know you should do, then I think meeting any goal becomes a very, very simple task. And it's a lot more fun. All right? So, building the perfect nutrition plan. Do you guys have any questions? I like this. I like this. All right, so building the perfect nutrition plan. Eat 2 to 4 hours, sometimes. All right, there's different dietary strategies. Again, these are guidelines. You don't necessarily have to eat that much or that little, but that's what's worked for a lot of people. Maybe you guys should do it. I think 3 meals a day works well, as long as you don't snack. Think about it like this. If you're supposed to have 3 meals a day, then it's just those 3 meals. If there are 3 small meals, then you can add snacks. So everything's give and take. Nothing's ever like black and white. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Have protein with each meal. That's a given. Especially if you guys are working out, you ladies are working out, you definitely need protein. You need to rebuild because our workouts are really tough. And if you wake up extra sore the next day, that means you didn't give your body enough protein or the building blocks to recover from it. All right, there's no such thing as overtraining, but there is such thing as under-recovering. If you're not sleeping enough and you're not eating enough, then you will be jacked up, screwed up, something's gonna get hurt, you're gonna feel like shit. Eat vegetables. Did I really have to say that? No. It's, some people don't like them. Just eat them. I'll go to your house and feed you. Eat the vegetables. All right, healthy fats. This one's a hairy subject. People are like, oh, you know, you hear fats and you think, oh my God, I'm gonna be fat. No, you definitely need the fats. They do a bunch of things as far as like cell restructuring, like they build mitochondria, they help make you look younger, they give you more energy. There's a lot of things that goes on with fats. If you don't have enough fats in your diet, you're gonna wake up really tired, your hormones are gonna be screwed up. You're not gonna have everything that you want. You're not going to get everything that you want out of working out if you don't have enough fats in your diet. Especially you guys that lift heavy. Even you girls are starting to lift like really heavy.
I remember I fought you on that one, the whole fat thing.
Yeah. And yo, if you don't have fats in your diet and then you choose to lift heavy, or you try to lift heavy, which I think everyone should lift heavy. Everyone should lift heavy, and heavy is relative. You have to, you need to be strong. But if you don't have enough fats in your diet and you're lifting heavy, your joints are going to be jacked up, your back is going to hurt, you're going to wake up with a lot of arthritis. Some of you guys like to run or do something extra, or even just walk around a lot. Like after a while, it gets to you. Think about it, like people don't really gain weight or get hurt because they're older. It's because of years and years of abuse piling on. Like think about it, like as a kid, you were able to eat whatever you want, then you got skinny real fast. You were a brand new car. Think about it, you a brand new car. Now you gotta get oil changes, you gotta get tune-ups, you got some miles on you. You know what I mean? You can't beat yourself up like that because shit starts to build up, and then after a while you're gonna need new tires, or I don't know what a car needs. But you're gonna get hurt. Bad things are gonna happen to you. So you gotta take care of yourself. Especially around the 30s mark. Because that's when you start looking. I looked in the mirror the other day, I saw this wrinkle. I wanted to cry. I was like, man, fix it. She was like, I can't fix it. So, you know, it's like, I was mad. I was really mad about this line right here. But, you know, you can't fix it. You can't fix it. Maybe I can moisturize and go get some Botox. I'm gonna get Botox. But, you know, after years and years of abuse, your body starts wearing you out. You know, you kind of stuck with what you got, so let's take care of it. Healthy fats. Boom, drink a gallon of water a day. I just talked about this. A gallon of water. I ain't gonna pee too much. So what? Go to the bathroom. Get up and go to the bathroom. Most likely you work more than your coworkers. I'm quite sure your boss don't care if you get up and pee all the time. If you get stuck in the subway, that shit sucks. For real. But a gallon of water a day, it's gonna clean out all the toxins in your body. It's gonna help your digestive system, push out all the crap you have in your colon. It does a bunch of stuff. Plus, especially for performance, if you guys are dehydrated and don't have a gallon of water a day, your performance drops about 30%. So those days where we're in here, and I thought about me and Miguel, because we're in here training a bunch of classes non-stop. So there's times where we don't get to work out, we even drink water because the next group comes in. And when we try to work out late, what's normally light for us feels like a ton. And I think that's because we're dehydrated. So dehydration is a big deal. Drink water. All right, 0-calorie drinks, just like water. You can have tea. Coffee is pretty good. I'm a coffee snob. Like, I like really high-end coffee. I like to spend $5 for a cup of coffee. I like that shit. That's that shit I like. Like, that's my vice. I want it to taste good. I want it to come from some indigenous place that I've never heard of. That costs, like, I'm amped on it. But the thing about good coffee is it has a bunch of antioxidants. It has a bunch of things in it. Plus, not only the caffeine, which gets me juiced up, it has this other chemical in it. I don't know what it is, but coffee doesn't make you hungry. You drink a cup of coffee in the morning, you're not as hungry. It does something to you. I forgot what it is. If you guys remind me, the thing adds up. It has a bunch of antioxidants. Chinese people live forever. You know, so it works. It works. All right, I hope I didn't offend anyone. All right, take an active green supplement. Take an active green supplement. Some people don't like to eat vegetables, and that's all right. I don't like them that much either. But at the end of the day, even if you did eat vegetables, there's no way you can get all your entire daily requirements. You literally need to eat, I think it's about 11 to 15 pounds, something like that. 11 to 15 pounds of vegetables to get what it is you need, or to get what you would have gotten, I don't know, 60 years ago before the calorie came out. Calorie came out like Jordan's. Before the calorie came out. So you definitely need to take an active green supplement. Make sure it has a lot of blue green algae in it. Make sure it has a lot of broccoli sprouts. Make sure it has a ton of spirulina. That's the shit that makes you like rah. So you need that stuff.
Do you have anything for men?
Huh?
Do you have anything for men?
They all taste horrible.
Yeah, they all taste like ass.
The green tea water, that has all that stuff inside?
Yeah, the green one everywhere. That's like eating no ass. What's the one again?
Green vibrance.
Green Vibrance. I really like that one. You use a different one, Miguel, right?
I use Garden of Life.
That one's good too.
Garden of Life. They have a chocolate one that he swears by is really good.
It still tastes like crack, but it's
It's like that sugar coated crap. Alright? But those are the two. Green Vibrance or Garden of Life. Chocolate.
Yeah.
Greens Plus is the first one that ever came out. They're the ones to segue or start this whole green supplement revolution, so they're pretty good. Alright, so now let's get down to a little bit of details. If fat loss is your goal, only have carbs after your workout. Don't have them any other time. Alright, if you want to lose fat, only have carbs after your workout. I would say if you have a significant amount of fat to lose, don't have carbs to an hour or two after your workout. What happens is, and it takes a little while for women than guys, what happens is your body tries to figure out a way to create energy or get the energy back that you just wasted from the fat cells. So it goes through this whole entire process called, I forgot what the name of it, but it ends up being ketosis, and that's when your body just is able to use fat for fuel. Ketones is the other acceptable form of fuel that your brain loves, other than glucose. But if it has to choose between sugar and ketosis, it's going to take sugar all the time. So that's why some of you guys go on crazy sugar binges afterwards. Now, this process, excuse me, I'm like spinning all over the place. This process takes it takes about a week or two to fully get it. And what's going to happen is you're going to feel like shit. You're going to be mad, you're going to be upset, you're going to have an attitude, you're going to be irritable because your brain wants the sugar and you're not providing it. So it's just like any other learning process. When you guys get a new job or a new position, you're frustrated in the beginning because you don't know how to do it. Your brain gets the same way because it doesn't know how to turn that fat into fuel. But you should have carbs after your workout. Maybe an hour or two afterwards, you should have carbs because the thing is that, one, you want to make sure your energy stores are back up to where they should be. Two, you want to be ready to rock on the next training session. Again, you don't want to come in flat and tired because then you just wasted your time here. All right? How many carbs depends on how well you tolerate. How many carbs depends on how well you tolerate carbs. So if, I'll use me as an example. I'm about 15% body fat, right? Now, because I've been overweight or chubby a good portion of my life, I don't have really good carb tolerance. So if I just like fucking look at a cupcake, I just get fat. Like that's just the way I am. Certain people are like that. I know you guys have friends that and they can just eat whatever they want and they just stay ripped. Yeah. Those are the people we take mad long to text back. We don't talk to those people. Alright? Those are the people we don't talk to. Now, my carb tolerance is way different than that ripped kid. That ripped kid can have up to about 200 grams of carbs. I'm good at about 50 to 100. Alright? So, like I said, all of this stuff is just practice. You are your own laboratory. So just try different things out, but really try them. Give them about three months, I would say. 3 solid months of really trying something out. Because think about it. You have, a good portion of the people in this room have about 60 to 80 years left. I think we're going to live to 100. I think this crew, in this day and age, we're going to live to about 100. I think so. The way science is going, we're going to live to about 100. So you got a lot of time to screw things up. Alright? So just try everything out and then see what works and use all the templates. But really give them your all. Don't be like, I went to the gym and worked out. I don't have abs. I tried this diet for 3 days. Nothing happened. It's too hard. Like really give it your all. Write everything down. And then you see what works for you. Maybe there was one thing out of that diet that worked for you and you can take that and then bring it to another part of a different diet. Alright. Now, prepare your foods in advance. This is where everybody fails. I hate doing this. I hate it. Like I went through that whole bodybuilding stage where you carry like a book bag and like 20 things of Tupperware and then you're just like, yo, alarm clock rings, 2 hours, I gotta eat my protein. You got the protein in, I feel slow. But y'all, you did that shit for a long time too. You know what I'm talking about. Oh man, alarm clock rings, protein shake. Like that shit is the worst. It's the worst, it's impractical. However, how to prepare is, all of you guys work the same jobs. Everybody does the same thing every single day. If I was to put a GPS on all of you guys, you would do the same exact thing every single day. You pass by the same stores, you go to the same places, you get out at the same time. You know where you're gonna be. Now you know more or less what healthy options are, plan it out. It's a certain time, call, get the food delivered, something like that. Just plan everything out. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to bring food with you. Unless that's what you like to do, then that's cool too. I don't like to carry shit. but you know where you're going to be for the most part. Scout out the area, plan it out so that way you don't fail. Because then you're going to end up going to happy hour with your co-workers. All of you guys do it. I'm all your friends on Facebook. I saw everybody. I saw all you guys. I know what you're doing. All right. Break the rules 10% of the time. Really break the rules. Breaking the rules is skipping a meal. You may have to skip a meal because, load up on the next one. It's still all cumulative. It's still calories. Just because you missed a meal doesn't mean you don't have to double up later. You may not be able to, but try. Sugary foods, have them. They taste good. Donuts, fucking awesome. Donut plant, I'm in there. One time, every other week. Have a whole pizza. Eat a lot. Eat a lot. Just really, really stuff your face. But 10% of the time means just that. 10% of the time. 90% of the time, you have to be good. So if you eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, it's about 28 meals. So 10% of that would be about 4 meals? 4-ish? Is that right? 3 meals. 3.8 meals. Something like that. So, in 3 meals, you can really fuck shit up. After this, you can just go and stuff your face. That's 1 meal. And then you can eat again later. And really fuck shit up. That's another meal. That's only 10% of the time. As long as every other day when you go to work, you wake up in the morning, when you get home from work, all those meals are good. Nobody's saying don't live. Like we said before, food tastes freaking good. Food tastes really good. Enjoy it. You only got one life. Taste everything. But try to stick around for a long time by eating healthy. Alright? And again, 10% of the time is skipping a meal. If you don't eat, you messed up. You messed up your metabolism. Guys, any questions? I just want to make sure I'm not
Selena has a question. She wants to know if this 21-day detox is it diabetic friendly?
Is it diabetic friendly?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because there's a lot, but it depends on what type. Type 1, type 2? Yeah, it is. A lot of carbs, a lot of starches are cut out. A lot of things that may cause inflammation is cut out. Probiotics are suggested. Alkaline, like Epsom salt baths, needed to get magnesium in the body. A lot of people are deficient in magnesium. So I'm glad you asked. Basically, what this 21-day thing is going to do is it's going to. I feel like that bully. This 21-day thing is going to basically reset your entire digestive system. Now, there was some questions. Some people were like, "Oh, I'm just trying to get ripped. I don't want to lose weight. Or I want to gain muscle. I don't want to lose weight." Good, because that's who it's for. By resetting your digestive system, this is going to allow your body to use what it takes in a lot better. So for example, let's just say my goal is to get fucking swole. Like I want to get humongously big. I have this piece of chicken breast I eat. Right now, in my current state, with my current digestive state, I eat this chicken breast and my body only assimilates probably 15% of it, instead of the entire chicken breast. By resetting my digestive system, this piece of chicken, I'll get more out of this piece of chicken breast. So you don't necessarily have to eat more to grow. You can eat what you normally eat and your body just uses it a lot more efficiently. Does that make sense? And if your goal is fat loss, that means your body can extract more nutrients from what it is that you eat. So for example, any of you guys ever ate something and all of a sudden like you're back in the refrigerator looking for something else? Like you're starving? For some reason your body isn't extracting the nutrients that it needs. So it feels like you're starving it. So it's not your appetite that's messed up, it's that your body just can't draw from it what it needs. So it's like you eat it happens a lot with like shitty Chinese food. Not good Chinese food, but like shitty Chinese food. It happens a lot with like a lot of like fast foods. And it happens a lot if you've eaten like a certain type of way for a long period of time, you just don't have the internal bacteria intelligence. Because you have internal bacteria, but sometimes your bacteria, it becomes stupid. Like, I read something the other day, and I'm gonna go off on a tangent. Your body is made up of DNA, right? And it judges your character, like who you become, who you are, how you react towards certain things, what colors your hair, your eyes, all that stuff. Only 10% of that is in the brain. 90%. So that means if your stomach is messed up, you'll be messed up. You'll wake up with an attitude. You'll have a bad hair day. Your hair will start falling out. Your nails will become brittle because your bacteria in your stomach is stupid. And it doesn't know what to do when it's in there. And they have, picture 50 billion different personalities in your body. That's exactly what's going on. Your brain only has 10% of your personality. The rest of who you are, who you become, how you act, and how you move is in your gut. That's scary. That's scary. Now when you really think about it, like you want to put fast food in there, they fucking walk around just banging their heads against stuff. That's exactly what happens. So your gut has to be on point. I forgot what I was going with this. Oh, well, there goes that. But.
So you sent out the bill plan, not the bill plan, the food list earlier today, right?
Yeah.
Could you go through more practically, like, in terms of what are some of the 3 meals that you guys have, like, during the day that works for you, in terms of, like, content, like, what it is, and portion as well?
Oh, okay. Perfect. I don't care about portion. It doesn't even matter at this point. Don't count anything. Just eat what's on the list. What I normally eat, I eat the same thing every day. I eat grilled chicken. You too, right? Pretty much the same thing. I eat grilled chicken. I eat eggs. I eat breakfast for lunch. You know what I mean?
What's that, like, what do you have for breakfast? What's your lunch?
I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast because I don't like it. I just operate better on an empty stomach. And the reason why is when you wake up in the morning, and I'll go back to that question, but the reason why I don't eat breakfast is because when you wake up in the morning, your body's in a fat burning state. So what happens is that, you know, you ever been to a commercial gym, the gym says fat burning zone?
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow, this fat burning zone is mad slow. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. Well, what happens is that you're running at about 60% of your heart rate max, which allows your body to assimilate fat a lot faster to be used for fuel. That's what that fat burning zone is. Now, right now, all of you guys are in your fat burning zone because you're not doing anything that requires a lot of force, a lot of energy. So you don't need sugar, you don't need ATP, you don't need to explode really fast. So when you wake up in the morning, or when you're sleeping rather, your organs are pumping, your body's doing what it needs to do, and because it's at such a slow pace, your body's able to open that fat cell up, turn it into whatever it needs to turn it into for fuel, and get things going. Now, as soon as you eat something, the fat cells go right back into the stores, and then your body starts to use what you ate for fuel as opposed to what you were just using. At the end of the day, everyone in this room, I don't care how lean you are, has enough fat on their body to go 2 weeks without eating. Some people more, some people less. You cannot, there's no way anybody in this room right now will ever go into be in dire need of food because they're dying. Like there's no way you'd be dying. Everybody has too much fat on them, even the most rich person in this room. So you don't need it. So when I wake up in the morning, I just walk around, I drink coffee. Coffee excites the nervous system, allows more fat to flow through the bloodstream, and then I just do this all day. And I get way more fuel points than everybody. Way more fuel points. And I do this all day.
But is that okay? Because you were talking about 3 meals and skipping one is not as good as having 3 meals and you have to make up for it. I mean,
Yeah.
do you then squeeze the 3 meals into the rest of the day?
So I look at it as like, I stopped counting calories and I started counting grams, but all I try to do is fit, let's say you have 3 meals a day and your 3 meals equal 2,000 calories, right? Same with me, my 3 meals would equal 2,000 calories, but all I do is try to get 2 meals 1,000 calories each, so I just make my meals bigger. So I'm extra full, because I like that full feeling. You ever been so full that you just like,
That's the worst. Yeah.
like I like it, I feel high. I love food. So all I do is just squeeze it in. All I do is just squeeze it in. And again, it's what works for me. Now I'm in here opening up and train at 5:30. So you guys know I don't sleep. On a Sunday is when I sleep. Not that that's good for you. Alright? Not that not sleeping is good for you, but I have a lot of obligations to you guys and I need to make sure I get them done. So you guys come first and I'll sleep sleep later. I sleep on Sunday when I eat my pasta and my bread. But it does make you sleepy, and that's why I don't like to eat it throughout the week, because I have to be so productive. All right? Not to say I don't get it in, but I do. Just not often. All right. So those are the basics. Those are the basics. All right?
While we're talking about the diet, like, why aren't beans on the list? And if you're a vegetarian, would you recommend beans if you don't eat meat?
Yeah. See, beans are this detox. The guy that put it together is kind of a big paleo guy, and basically beans are kind of it. They're a new food that we started eating. We like wheat, grain, barley, beans. Those are new things. So our digestive system and our body takes thousands and thousands of years to evolve, and we haven't really evolved into eating beans yet. You know, and they're a little rough on your digestive system. That was basically what he said. Other than that, I don't know. I'm just gonna follow it because I trust his opinion, and I'm gonna see what happens. You know, like I said, everything's trial and error. This is something new for me too. I've never done it, so we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Do you know of any good sources of protein that are not meat-based?
Hemp protein, like protein powder. I don't really like soy. I wrote a whole article. I did a presentation on soy for my school. That shit was really bad food. But you know, if you are going to go the soy route, make sure it's fermented for at least 6 months. Like, make sure it's really dead. With soy is a living organism. Like, you guys ever had a plant and you have the plant by the window, and then all of a sudden the plant just kind of moves towards the window? It's alive. It's alive. It's a living species, and it wants to kind of survive, and that's why it goes towards the light. So with soy is pretty crazy. Soy actually tries to kill you before you're able to digest it. So little animals that eat soy plants, when it gets to their digestive system, soy actually starts to throw out neurotoxins. And for something like a gerbil or a mouse, for something really small, it can kill it. But for something as big as us, it can't really kill us. So all we do is just build up those neurotoxins. And after a while, they turn into different cancers. And they can turn into different cancers for various reasons, because probably there's a neurotoxin buildup, or probably because your immune system isn't strong enough to withstand that attack. But if the soy is fermented, then that means you killed it, and that way it can't try to kill you. So get like at least 6 months, because I think they have 3, 6, and then like a year, and it all tastes different.
Like tofu, is that fermented that long? Or depends?
It depends. It depends on the brand. Sometimes it'll say it on the bottom, like fermented for 3 months, 6 months. I like the firm tofu because you can just make it taste like anything. And that's why I used to be vegetarian. When I was vegetarian, I was actually the softest I've ever been. When I was a vegetarian, I weighed like 150 pounds, and I was soft. Everything was mushy. No abs, no nothing like that. So, you know, it's really, really difficult. And then I started like losing my hair, my fingers started getting, so I was also doing bike messenger work too. So you have to be very, very, you have to know what it is you're doing. Very, very diligent being a vegetarian. It's hard. Not impossible, but it is hard. Yeah. So that was phase 1. All the whole foods, don't count calories, just eat that stuff. Phase 2, it all depends on how much you train. If you want to lose weight, you have to have between 10 and 16 calories in your diet. 10 for a woman on the low end, 16 for a guy on the low end. All right? Depending on how lean you are. To gain weight, 12 to 8, to maintain 12 to 18, to gain 16 to 22. You know what? I don't really want to talk about this. It's too much. It's too much to think about. So let's just go to body types. Now there's different types of bodies. Guys, you have any other questions? Yo, I got a lot of shit here. I don't think we're gonna get through all of this.
How, on a 21-day detox, how do we gauge if we're getting enough to eat? Because I think that's been my biggest struggle this whole time. Not necessarily working out or eating right, but making sure I'm getting enough to eat to allow me to do the stuff that I do.
How you feel?
Yeah, but sometimes it's not always accurate though. I mean, because sometimes I don't feel hungry. Like, I eat because I have to eat, but not because I feel hungry.
So then don't eat. Yeah, at the end of the
So
day.
that's what I mean, like, there's no rhyme or rule for
Nah, like don't eat. Like really like allow, like trust yourself. Like really trust your body. You see the way kids eat? Kids will go like 2 days eating everything in the house and then like another 2 days without eating shit. And they stay pretty lean. You know, besides the fact that they move around and if you feed them good, they'll stay pretty lean. But you know, kids eat instinctively. Like we're supposed to eat that same way, but because you know, you gotta wake up at 7 o'clock and then be at work at 8:30 and then leave at 5:30. Your whole life has been scheduled for you. So you're like, oh man, this is the only time I have to eat, so I gotta eat it now. This is the only time I have to do this, so I gotta do it now. And it's like, you start to lose your natural instincts, like especially eating, which is like weird, you know? But it happens unconsciously. So just eat when you're hungry. And when you're not hungry, just don't eat, you know? Unless you want to taste something.
How about eating like pre-workout?
The pre-workouts?
Yeah.
Eating pre-workout.
Yeah.
Like having a meal pre-workout. What I would say is, if your goal is fat loss, try to keep it at least 3 hours before you work out, because then you'll have it digested in the bloodstream. If your goal is muscle gain, eat whenever you want, as long as you don't throw up in the gym. You know, just eat whenever you want to eat. Just stuff your face. Stuff your face with the good food. After a while, you'll just grow. If your goal is muscle, you'll grow. But if your goal is fat loss, don't eat beforehand. You know? So with this 21-day thing, again, I have a lot of stuff here, but I think we covered a lot already. I think we went over a lot of stuff. So with this 21-day thing, what's going to happen is we're going to split everybody up into 3 groups. All right? Starting next week, because we don't have the interns here, but starting next week, we're going to take pictures, we're going to do measurements, stuff like that. You'll be accountable to your team leader or your group leader. It's going to be Miguel, myself, and Serena. We're going to just keep track of everything you're doing. Because I don't think, actually I know that this manual is not the key to success. If I had this booklet right here, this book, I guarantee if you follow everything in this book, you will make $2 zillion. Guaranteed. Nobody will follow it unless they're held accountable. Because there's tons of books out there, tons of information out there, and they're at everybody's hand, everybody's fingertips, but nobody follows them. But I think working together as a group, having the entire gym working together, like everybody can get some result out of it. And result, like I said before, doesn't have to be fat loss, doesn't have to be muscle gain, it's just be feeling good. If you come in here amped up, juiced up, ready to go, happy and excited, it worked. It worked. Not to say that aesthetics won't come, because it's impossible. Like if you're eating good and working out, how can you not look better? Feel better, perform better? Impossible. So, we're doing that, taking pictures, this and that. All you members are allowed to bring one person in the group that's not a member. They can work out every other 2 weeks. They can work out every other 2 weeks. They can be a part of the group. Make sure you choose wisely, because that person's on your team. So you have to basically do what we're doing. You have to call, you have to, hey, you coming to the gym? Hey, you working out? Send me a picture. Send me a picture you're in front of the gym right now. Send me a picture of your food. They'll be a part of our Facebook group, so they'll get called out by Coach Miggs. It's tough. It's tough. If you're on his team, you're going to have a problem. Serena will show up at your house. So. All right. And that's basically it. After 21 days, we're going to have our Crank Post holiday party. That's going to be your week off. So we're going to get fucked up, we're going to drink beer, we're going to eat food. It's going to be a physical and mental break. It's going to allow you to just relax, because 21 days of just being very, very strict with yourself is inhumane to yourself. It's not right, you know? You're human. So we're going to have a good time, drink, eat, smile, laugh. And then after that, we'll go on another 4-week diet. Another 4 week, and that one pertains to what it is you want to go to. So this is basically a gut reset, and then the other one will get you to your fat loss or muscle building or just maintaining high performance goals. All right? Now.
So are you recommending to cheat 10% of the time during the cleanse or not?
I knew somebody was going to ask that. I knew it. I wouldn't. I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying I wouldn't. I'm saying you wouldn't get the full benefits from it. And I know it's easy to say, you know what, at least I'm getting some benefit from it. But like, really give yourself an honest shot to succeed. Like, don't shortchange yourself. You know, I mean, it happens to me too. Like, I go to the gym and worked out. You guys saw the picture. I worked so hard towards this goal, and I'm like, yeah, I did it. And then I just let it all go. You know what I mean? So
You should have saw him working out yesterday.
oh my God, that was a mess.
That was hilarious.
That was a
I
mess.
loved every second of it too.
That was a mess. But you know, I just let it go. And I would say just really give it 21 days, because that's the key to succeeding in this, the accountability. You guys can, I guarantee you, take the PDF, send it to whoever you want. Send it to whoever you want to send it to. I guarantee you, if you do it with us, your results will be 20 times better than them. And it is the accountability factor. It is being checked up on, because everybody needs that. Everybody needs that. Nobody wants to be left stranded. You know what I mean? I have a coach. I have multiple coaches. I have business coaches. I have a life coach. You know what I mean? I have an accountant. That's a coach. I know math. I know how to do math. I'm not doing my fucking taxes. That's just crazy. You know, everybody has somebody that helps them with something. It's $20. It's $20 to get in. It's $20 to get in. You don't have to get in. Again, you can take the PDF. I don't care. But it's $20 to get in. The team that gets the most points, and this is how points are going to be broken up. Now, the point system. You get 1 point per pound loss. You get 1.5 points per inch loss. Inch loss, and 2 points per body fat. Alright? But if your goal is muscle building, you get 2 points. You get 2 points per inch gain, 1.5 points per pound gain, and body fat will stay the same. Alright?
When exactly are we starting?
Monday. So it's still early. Everybody has time to go get their compra. You know?
Get their what?
Everybody has time to make a compra. It starts tomorrow. So tomorrow, all week, everybody's being measured, weighed. We're gonna take a couple pictures, and that's it. Just wear regular workout clothes. Don't have to be anything skimpy. Doesn't have to be shorts. You don't have to wear Speedo. Huh?
If the measurement starts on next week, then the diet itself starts next week as well?
Monday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Again, it's 20 bucks. It's 20 bucks to get it. Now, whatever team gets the most points, all that money accumulated is going to go towards going out to eat and having a spa day. So however many people are in it. Alright, so literally the cash goes right back to you because you guys deserve it. It's hard. It's a lot of hard work.
How are you doing the teams?
Oh yeah! Oh wait, I'll send the list to Miguel, and then your captain will tag you in a post and say, I own you, bitches!
Is it $20 one time or multiple?
One time.
One time.
One time.
Members and non-members.
Huh?
For members and non-members. Like for whoever.
For members and non-members.
Are you just gonna
$20.
So when are we gonna be?
Oh, you got paid.
We get a sweatshirt with that?
I don't have to
We get a hoodie with that?
So when do we find out which team we're on?
So guys, eat as much as you want right now, gain a lot of weight, get real fat, make that picture look terrible, and then we're gonna wrap it up next week, alright? Alright guys.
Yo, just go like that. Cover the lens.
What are you guys doing now? Simon, how was the show?